What's good, everyone, and welcome back to the Waterboys channel. As today, I will give you your Chiefs report right before game day, which is Thursday night. But before we dive into any of that, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video, as we will keep you up to date on all the NFL news and rumors. And without further ado, let's get into this report. Before we dive deep into this Chiefs report and all the injuries, COVID, and everything you want to know before the game, please be sure to keep your eyes out, because me and Tim will be releasing a deeper intake of this preview of the Chiefs going to LA and taking on the Chargers. But since we got new injury updates, mostly new COVID updates, I wanted to get a quick, recap. Well, actually more of another preview further in depth of things that will take place, because we didn't mention it in the video and I want to get it out here so it keeps you more up to date before kickoff. And the first thing I want to go in fact too is I'm not going to mostly cover the Charger side, because that's not what I do. I'll go for the Chiefs because, of course, that's my team, and they got hit big with COVID this week. And then, of course, unfortunately, Sneed won't play in this game, which I was kind of 50-50 that he would or wouldn't. He decided not to, which, all due respect, I agree with his decision. Take the time you need, but it will be a huge loss for the Chiefs. But on the other hand, Mike Hughes, he came out, he balled out last week. Let's hope that rolls over into this week, because they will need it, because they're missing a lot of defensive studs. Actually, it will be 3 in total, because as well, Willie Gay, he got the COVID bug as well. He was initially ruled out right when he got it, so that means he does have COVID. And since the game is on Thursday, he doesn't get 2 days in a row to test negative for it, since it's only 1 day away. And also, sounds out of KC, looks like that Chris Jones will be officially out too as well. So that sounds like he wasn't a close contact, more of he has it as well. So it looks like he tested positive today, which means he won't have 2 days as well to get back into the facility and be in time for game day, which is huge blows for KC, because those are 3 stars on that defense, and you take them all out too. It's a huge loss, but it's not a loss I don't think KC can overcome as well, because every piece has been clicking. And also, the backups who have rotated in as well have been clicking. It'll give them more time to shine. As I mentioned, Mike Hughes last week, he was filling in for Sneed, and he filled in phenomenally. He was actually the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. No one saw that coming. Definitely coming from Minnesota, where he struggled, and then inconsistency with KC throughout the year, and he ends up balling out. Let's hope he's still punching the ball out, returning touchdowns, because KC will definitely need it from that cornerback position. Now, we look at one of probably the most scariest positions that KC will be missing, and that's Willie Gay. I know a lot of people will think Chris Jones, but I'll dive more into Chris Jones. I think Willie Gay will be a huge factor for the fact that Austin Eckler looks like he's coming back, and Willie Gay will be that coverage linebacker on him, which he keeps up speed for speed. And now you got a replacement like Ben Neiman, who is one of the slower backs. He does good in run situations, but coverage-wise, I don't like, kind of like how I don't like Sorensen in coverage-wise. Neiman, I preferably like if you just kept him in the box and rushing or stopping the run. But now he's got to be put in a position to defend Eckler out the backfield, and that's going to be iffy, definitely, if Herbert finds that early on. But as well, too, you never know. It could draw up different schemes throughout the game, and it's a big call on Nick Bolton's number. Bolton has played phenomenally when he's been in there, and he's played great when he's been the starter as well. And we've seen that earlier in the year when he's filled in for Hitchens, and when he filled in as a captain, he was balling out early. And let's hope he takes most of Willie Gay snaps. And he's not a great coverage linebacker as well either. I don't know who I would want in that situation. I would just hope you just shut it down right away to where Herbert can't find Eckler. It's going to be almost impossible to do, because he's one of the best receiving backs in the league. Maybe it's more pressures, get the ball out of Herbert's hand too quick. I don't know what they'll have to do, because that's going to be an iffy scenario too. And like I said, Eckler looks like he's playing. He did have a sprained knee, but it looks like he'll still be a game time decision. But right now, KC is the one who's getting hurt with the COVID bug and injury bugs. And the Chargers, they do have injuries in COVID as well, because Eckler, but looks like game time decision. Derwin James, he's a game time decision, but looks like he'll play as well. And as well, Keenan Allen just got activated, so it looks like he'll be activated for the game. So Chargers getting healthy right in time, and KC's kind of getting hit at a very unfortunate time. So I still think KC is doable for a win in this. It's just a lot more things need to click for this one to happen. And then I'm going to dive into Chris Jones, which is a huge piece that they'll be missing. But as well, it takes the sack productions away, but Frank Clark will go up against a backup on one end, and Melvin Ingram, who I already predicted to be one of the MVPs of this game if KC wins. Now it's all lying on him, because You guys will see in the preview, I chose Sneed to have a huge ball-out game, but since he won't be there, I'm going to stick with Ingram, and both of our ends will be playing both backup tackles, so that is huge. But as well, too, someone who's been coming along is John Reed, and he'll get his number called heavily as well with no Chris Jones. And he was the one who caused the fumble on the first play of the game. Let's see if he can keep disrupting the backfield. Let's see if he can keep getting hits on Herbert. They're going to need it in this game. I love the way Reed's come along because we've seen in the beginning of the year, we didn't even know he existed. We knew he was a big signing from Seattle, and then it was just like, where'd he go? What happened? Well, it's good to see that the presence is finally being shown, but as well, they got Derek Nottie, and they got Tashawn Wharton, who they play Wharton more, and actually I like. He's more of a physical big man. I think his number will be called huge as well. I think they got the pieces to fill in. Now, they won't equal a Chris Jones, but they can still be disruptive with those players filling it as defensive tackle. Now, my other take is, it is only Wednesday night, hopefully going into Thursday morning. This COVID doesn't get worse as well. I didn't mention Josh Gordon. I don't know what his status will be as well, but he's also more like a third or fourth receiver. I do want to see him more in the game plan, but if he's out, he's out. I don't think he would have been a big factor, but who knows? Going down the stretch, he might be learning the playbook more, which means more playing time as well. But this game, I don't think he'll be playing. But again, like I said, COVID taking over. Chiefs have been hit, but not as bad as other teams like the Cleveland Browns. The football team just got 18 players positive. Like, the month of December, it's known for flu month. I guess it's COVID month now because it's taking the game and switching up just as we thought it would. Earlier in the season, it wasn't that big of a deal, but now that even the people who have been vaccinated for it are also going to be out of the games, this is going to be big, definitely down the playoff stretch as well, and can start affecting a lot of seeding. So we'll just have to see how that wraps up. I still called this, like you'll see in the preview, around a 27-17 type of game, and I'm going to stick with it as well. I just think the offense is going to have more pressure on them as well because the defense is missing key stars. So that means Mahomes is going to have the ball out. That means the offense is going to have more consistency. That means no drop passes again. That means establish a run game. Try to keep the ball as long as you can and make sure that the Chargers don't have the ball, which is weird because how we talked about in the past is make sure for other teams to beat KC, they don't have the ball. I think they got to do that in this scenario too as well to win. I think it's a very winnable game, definitely for the number 1 seed, definitely for the AFC West crown. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. With that, that will wrap up this quick Chiefs report. Like I said, do subscribe to this channel because either tonight as well or early morning Thursday, me and Tim have a preview of this game full on in depth. And if you want all your preview of it, anything to keep you up to date, you do not want to miss out on this video as well. Do like this video, and we will be back with a review on whoever wins against the Chiefs and Chargers. Let me know down below who you are picking for this game.